Hey guys, it's Ifter, and I'm back with Corpse Party Book of Shadows as Yuka. Last time we managed to escape from the old man and Sachiko, and Kizumi, I guess, as a result. And now we're down in the basement bomb shelter area, where there's a death room and a body pool. None of which spells good things for Yuka. So let's see what happens. Are those bodies? A large portion of the floor had been dug out into something resembling a pool, which was filled with stagnant, discolored water and dismembered bodies. The bodies were decomposing a lot faster than they naturally would on account of the wetness. Most of them had swarms of maggots instead of faces. Several bodies had actually washed up on the ground outside the pool as well. Those few that still had limbs looked like they may lose them at any moment. Their torsos were all swollen and black, and everything else was bone white. But why are there so many bodies in one place? The closest body was spurting a sappy mucus from its nose and mouth, and staring at me with an ugly, mean expression. Ah! The thick fluid coming out of it was reddish-brown in color. It seems to be a disgusting mixture of blood and dead bugs. Gross. What's that sound? Some sort of huge door high along the top of the wall opened up. I could clearly feel a breeze blowing through the room. It was a trash chute? If I climb up here, maybe I can get back into the school building. What is that? I can hear something. It's getting closer. I was afraid of what might be coming through that hole, so I put some distance between it and myself. Something heavy fell from above and splashed into the pool, spraying my face with rotten, stagnant water. A body! A body! The body that had just fallen into the pool of the water was wearing a school uniform. As soon as it touched the liquid, it began bubbling and melting into it as if it were a bag of ingredients tossed into a stew pot. Gross. One of the poor victim's lungs floated to the surface, giving the whole scene even more of a sick, soup-like appearance. I need to get out of here now! I can't stay in here any longer. I dragged my wet foot on a dry part of the ground for a second or two, and made a dash for the door. Hang on. As soon as I was out in the hall, I fell on my knees in shock. I couldn't even move. The smell of death and decay was still sticking to me, still trying to snake its way into my nose. It was all I could do not to throw up on the spot. I hadn't eaten anything for hours, so I'm not even sure what I would have actually thrown up. But I still felt like I had to, more strongly than ever before. Maybe it would have been best just to let it come out. I'm sure I would have felt better afterward. But I honestly didn't want to see my own vomit right now. And after all the other disgusting things I'd seen, I'd had enough. Why has all of this happened? Times like this especially, I really longed for my big brother. If only he were here with me. I cried out for him as if in prayer. Big brother, please come save me. Come save me. I can't move. Somebody there? Somebody there? Oh no. It hurts. There was a little girl here with arms outstretched, begging for help. I rushed over to her side. What's wrong? Are you alright? She was faintly glowing. Is she a ghost? My stomach really hurts, and my chest feels like it's on fire. She seems to be in a lot of pain, but all I can do for her is... Here? I don't see any injuries. Is it painful? It hurts. All I could do for her was offer physical comfort. If I rubbed her back, maybe she'd feel better. Thanks. I'm sorry, this is all I know how to do. It feels a little better now. Does it? I'm glad to hear that. The girl grimaced again as if she were experiencing some new pain all of a sudden. You shouldn't push yourself too hard, okay? Okay. So did you get lost in here too? I don't know. I just woke up in here. Woke up? I've been so alone. Oh, so you've been all alone all this time? You've been a real trooper then. I gently brushed my hand against the little girl's face, wiping away her tears. This doesn't feel like something that should be coming from Yuka, but okay. I'd only just met her, but I already really felt for her. She had a lot worse than I did. So tell me, what's your name?
Sachiko.
Sachiko. Sachiko? Your name is Sachiko? Uh-huh. I'm Yuka. Yuka Mochida. Yuka. Big sister Yuka. Big sister? You want me to be your big sister? Hmm? Oh. It's just a little weird to hear somebody call me big sister, that's all. But I like it. I took Sachiko's tiny little hand in my own and pulled her to her feet. There we go. You can stand, right? Sachiko's hand was so thin and light compared to my own. Not just light, it almost felt like it was completely weightless. I guess she really is a ghost. Sachiko noticed me staring at her and I must have had quite a look on my face. This seemed to bother her, so I did my best to force a smile. I'm sure she was worried I'd leave her all by herself again, and I wanted to make sure she knew I was here for her. What's wrong, big sis? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about something else. I'm sorry. Sachiko lowered her head and looked like she was about to cry. Why are you apologizing? Because I think I'm a ghost. I'm different from you, big sis. So I'm sorry if I scare you. Was just my fear really upsetting this little girl so much? That's terrible. I took Sachiko's hand in both of mine, turning to face her and ducking down a little, so our eyes were level. It's okay. I am scared of ghosts, but I'm not scared of you, I promise. You're not scared? For real? No, I'm not. I'm not scared of you, Sachiko. Big sis, are you gonna leave me? I didn't have to think for a moment since I knew I couldn't take a ghost with me very far. But in the end, I also know I just couldn't leave her. Well, will you come with me to look for my big brother? Your big brother? Yeah, he's a really kind, really dependable person. I'm sure he'll be really nice to you too, Sachiko. Her head was still down, but her eyes were peeking up at me. She looked nervous, but for the first time since we started talking, she looked hopeful. You don't mind if Sachiko comes with you? Sure, you're not alone anymore. Yuka, your big sister, is right here for you. Honestly, I was lonely too. I probably wanted her with me just as badly as she wanted someone with her, ghost or no. Come on, Sachiko, let's go. I turned to head back down the hall, but was stopped by Sachiko tugging on my uniform. She was wearing a forced smile on her face, but still looked uneasy. Big sis, will you do what I say? What you say? What was she going to tell me to do? I was so surprised by the question, I wasn't sure how best to respond, but the longer I thought about it, the more uneasy she looked, so... your big sister will listen to any request you make. Really? You can ask me anything you want anytime. Okay. There was clearly something specific she had in mind, but I wasn't going to push her about it. She'd asked me when she was ready. She seemed satisfied with my answer and let go of my uniform. And so hand in hand, we continued down the hall in search of my big brother. Can I go back in? Sachiko, this room is scary. Let's not go in here, okay? Scary? Why? What's in there? That's something you're better off not seeing. I think it would frighten you. It would just be better if you didn't look. If Big Sis says so, then okay. Thank God, I didn't want to see those dead bodies again either. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go to the end of the hall then, because I don't really have a choice. There's name tags in that room, I just know it. The set of skeletal remains. There doesn't seem to be any good way to determine gender or age. But there is a student ID name tag lodged in its eye socket. Identifying these remains is likely having belonged to a male junior high student. Takina Municipal Middle School, Kyogo, Shibuya. Alright. Is the Star House open? Or is it still locked? Oh. Wait. Doesn't seem like we can get it open. Nah, it doesn't. I wonder what Big Brother would do at a time like this. Do you miss your big brother? I miss him a lot. I hope we can get this door open. Well, I guess that's not gonna happen. Alright, death room time! Here we go! Yay! I guess Big Brother really isn't in here. I guess not. Sachiko, have you seen anyone else in here besides me? That's all she said, and then silently she squatted on the ground and wrapped her arms around her knees. What's wrong? Are you hurt? Big sis, I'm cold. You're cold? She nodded firmly, almost exaggerately. I guess that makes sense. If a ghost can feel pain, there's no reason she couldn't also feel changes in temperature. Poor girl. As if to show me just how cold she was, she then started visibly shivering. Grr. Hey, Sachiko, is there anything I can do to make you feel better? Anything? You've been through so much already, I don't want you to have to go through anything else. If I can help, just tell me. In that case, can I have those? She was pointing at my feet. My socks. This is the first time I noticed that Sachiko was walking around barefoot. Oh! I was so busy worrying about myself and about finding my big brother, I completely failed paying attention to poor Sachiko's appearance. I'm sorry, I didn't notice earlier. It's alright. Sachiko shook her head. I'm supposed to be your big sister. I really need to be more observant. I need to pay more attention. If I were Big Brother, I would have noticed right away and given her my shoes. It wasn't too late. I took off my shoes and socks and offered them to Sachiko. They were a little wet, but still better than walking on these cold dirt floors in bare feet. I didn't really like the idea of doing that myself, but just one look at this poor lost soul's shaking form convinced me I was doing the right thing. Thank you, big sis. Sachiko took just the socks, leaving the shoes in my hand. Are you okay with only socks, Sachiko? You don't want to wear my shoes over them? I'm okay. If I took both, then you'd be barefoot. Okay, this is really weird and creepy. She flashed a gentle smile at me, which stayed on her face the whole time she slowly put on both of my socks. I don't want my big sister Yuka to get hurt after all. That's very thoughtful of you, Sachiko. I patted her head just like Big Brother always did to me. This is really uncomfortable and weird. I love you, big sis. Her smile had grown and now stretched from cheek to cheek, and I began to feel like I'd do anything at all to keep her happy. I wonder if this is how Big Brother felt when I smiled at him like that. Let's do our best in here, Sachiko. Despite the severity of the situation, I was in high spirits. I almost forgot just how horrible this place really was. Do our best. Let's do our best to find Big Brother. Sachiko, did you say something? I thought that was a giggle, but it sounded different somehow. Like her voice had changed to someone else's, or someone else was here. You're so cute. I just want to mess you right up. Huh? What? I didn't say anything. Oh. I guess it was just my imagination then. What is it they usually say in movies? Must have been the wind? Not too likely in a stagnant underground bunker like this, but you know, still. I think I'm just getting paranoid. I need to pull myself together. I'm your big sister after all. I put on the bravest face I could manage and marched back out into the hall, pausing only to make sure Sachiko was still behind me. Can I go back in there? Are we just in here? You're right, let's look someplace else. Don't worry, once we find Big Brother, he'll be able to help us. I know he will. Big Brother will. He's really smart. We can count on him for sure. Really? That's great! Oh. Well, I wanted to check this. There are thoroughly decomposed remains on the table here. Based on general appearance and what's left of deceased clothing, they appear to belong to a very young girl. Her name tag is still affixed to her chest. Great Harbor Elementary School, Mako Sakurai. Anything else in here? Anything at all? Oh, there is. Okay. This is skeletal remains. There doesn't seem to be any way to determine gender from clothing or build alone. There is a student ID name tag nearby, bearing a traditionally feminine name. Komashiro Trade School Sakura Motoi. Okay then. How are we doing on... Oh, we're not doing very good on Darkening. That's not good. Alrighty then. Whoa. That was a really odd sound canceling. The storehouse still locked. It just won't open, will it? Nope. Good interaction. I'm glad I did that. Good. I don't know, body pool? Uh-oh. Big sis. Sachiko had come to a halt and was grabbing loosely on the cuff of my skirt to stop me as well. What's wrong? I don't like this place. It feels scary. Yeah, it does. I don't want to be here either. How about we go over there instead? Okay. Holy crap. There are bodies galore. Wow. Okay. There's a rotting corpse here emitting a smell. Age and gender are virtually impossible to determine from outer appearance alone. There is a student ID name tag, however, bearing a decidedly female name. Shobu University Middle School, Akiko Sakine. It's a half-decayed skeletal corpse. Age and gender are virtually impossible to determine from outer appearance alone. There's a student ID name tag, however, bearing a decidedly male name. Karasuyama High School, Tsuyoshi Kawasaki. Okay. It's a half-decayed skeletal corpse. Age and gender of blah, blah, blah. It's a male name. Yuki Tanaka. Okay. Alright. Well, those are those ones. Didn't check this one over here. Cool. Yep, same. Oh, based on what's left of its clothing, it seems to have been a schoolgirl. There's no way to tell age. There's a student ID name tag lodged inside the shoulder joint, however. Komashiro Trade School, Asuka Mizuno. Okay. Possible to determine age. It bears a female name. Rubens Academy Senior High School, Satomi Kurogi. Not all of these have a name tag, right? Oh god, it might. No, okay. Gotta be careful. Wow. Yeah. Gotta be very careful here. Okay, it's 1% for each of these. That's good. I know. Darkening's getting bad. I know, game. I knew there were name tags in here. Maybe this one will be it? No. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names out of this place. I'm gonna save. Okay. Well. Only place to go, I guess, is the girls' room. Big sis. What is it? Is something wrong? It's my feet. My feet hurt. Your feet? The soles of Sachiko's feet seemed to be bothering her quite a bit. As we stood there, I noticed she was fidgeting in place, Trying not to stand on them.
そうだよね。幸子ちゃん。
I guess they would hurt, huh? You're walking on in just socks after all. Said nothing else, she just stared at my feet. She seemed to want my shoes now, but didn't want to say anything, since I offered them earlier and she turned them down. So I just smiled and decided I'd offer them again.
私の上履き履く?
Do you want to wear my shoes?
いいの?
Is that okay?
幸子ちゃん、また怪我し
We
ちゃう
wouldn't
の
want you
ね。
getting hurt anymore now, would we?
お姉ちゃんは?
What about you, big sis?
ルカは?
I'm your big
お姉
sister,
ち
so
ゃん
I'll
だ
be
から
just fine. Wouldn't accept any objections. I just took off my shoes and handed them to Sachiko without another word. Cheerfully, she slipped them on over my socks. They were a little big on her, but I knew she'd feel better just having them.
ありがとう。
Thank you. I'm really happy now.
じゃあ、行こ
Let's
うか。
get going then, okay? Sachiko wasn't used to such big floppy shoes. She took one step and stumbled
大
forward.
丈夫?
Are you alright?
繋い
Yeah,
で
you
て
can
あげ
take
る
my hand.
うん。
Okay, big sister
いかお
Yuka,
姉
I
ちゃん。
love you. Aw, that's adorable and
幸子
creepy.
ちゃん、ここは
Oh,
何
Sachiko,
も
I've
な
already
かった
looked
か
in there
ら
and there
行
was
きた
nothing
い
to
ぞ。
find. Let's head back, okay?
そう。
Oh, really? Is it really okay to keep going like this?
こっちがいい。
Let's go this way. Sachiko's pointing down the hall toward the spot where the earthquake had dropped me.
こっち?
This
こっ
way?
ちに
Is there
何
something
か
over there?
わかんない。
I don't know.
けどこっち。
But come on.
何の音だ?
What was that
あそ
sound?
こに入りた
I
い。
want to go in
あ
there.
そこ?
In there, but that room is locked.
今開いた音がし
It
たの。
just made a sound like it unlocked.
何かあるの?
Is there something in there?
お願い。
Please, I want to go in.
そっか。
Well, alright.
じゃあそっちに
Let's see
行こう
what's inside then. Next time. Next time we'll find out what's in that room, because I like being a tease. So yeah. Next time we'll see what's in whatever room she wants us to go in. I'm assuming it's the storeroom. So until then, everybody, take care.